Okay, now in this part, we're gonna go over the N-400. For the N-400, we're gonna go over part 12, questions 14 to 21. Before we do that, I need you to learn these vocabulary words. The definition of genocide, the definition of torture, the definition of killing, the definition of purpose, and the definition of rape. Genocide, to kill a group of people because of their race, ethnicity, religion, or gender. Torture, to hurt a person so that he or she will tell you secrets or information. To kill someone is to cause a person to die. Purpose, to kill or hurt a person on purpose is to do something that you know will hurt or kill the person. And rape is to force a person to have sex. So now we're gonna go over each question one by one. The first question we're gonna go over is question 14 on part 12 of the N-400. The question is, were you ever involved in any way with any of the following? Genocide, torture, killing or trying to kill someone, badly hurted or trying to hurt a person on purpose, forcing or trying to force someone to have any kind of sexual contact or relations, not letting someone practice his or her religion. All of this depends on your personal experiences. However, most people will answer these questions with no. So I will ask the questions again and mark the answers as no. Were you ever involved in any way with any of the following? A genocide? No. Were you ever involved in any way with any of the following? Torture? No. Were you ever involved in any way with any of the following? Killing or trying to kill someone? No. Were you ever involved in any way with any of the following? Badly hurting or trying to hurt a person on purpose? No. Were you ever involved in any way with any of the following? Forcing or trying to force someone to have any kind of sexual contact or relations? No. Were you ever involved in any way with any of the following? Not letting someone practice his or her religion? No. As you guys might be aware, the officer will ask you questions to know if you actually understand what the person is asking. So the officer might ask you, were you ever involved in any way with any of the following? Genocide? And you will say no. And then the officer will ask you, why not? If the officer asks why not, the answer to all of these questions should be, I respect people. Or you could also say, I respect the law. Why not? I respect people. I respect the law. Sometimes the officer will want a more explicit definition of certain words. So the officer might ask you, have you ever participated in a genocide? And if you say no, the officer could ask, what is a genocide? The answer should be, genocide is to kill a group of people because of their race, ethnicity, religion, or gender. Have you ever tortured someone? No. Again, definition. What is torture? Torture is to hurt a person so that he or she will tell you secrets or information. Have you ever killed or tried to kill someone? No. What is to kill? To kill someone is to cause a person to die. Have you ever badly hurt or killed a person on purpose? No. What is to kill or hurt a person on purpose? To kill or hurt a person on purpose is to do something that you know will hurt or kill the person. Have you ever been forced or tried to force someone to have sex? No. What is rape? Rape is to force a person to have sex. And the last question, have you ever stopped someone from practicing his or her religion? No. What is religion? Religion is how people follow God. Question 15 is a question about working in the military. The officer might ask you, were you ever a member or did you ever serve or otherwise participated in any of the following? Military unit, paramilitary unit, police unit, self-defense unit, vigilant unit, rebel group, guerrilla group, militia, insurgent organization. So just to explain, there are certain groups people should not participate in, such as a paramilitary unit or a self-defense unit. However, it is not illegal to be part of the military of your country. And if you were part of the military in your country, you should mention it. Just let them know. For example, I'm Colombian. I would say I was part of the military in Colombia. Some people worked as police officers in their country. You can also mention that you were a police officer in your country. If that is your case, you can say that and it's fine. Okay? Just for the purpose of explaining this part of the N-400, I'm going to answer no to all of the questions. Were you ever a member or did you ever serve in, help, or otherwise participate in any of the following groups? Military unit? No. Paramilitary unit? No. Police unit? No. Self-defense unit? No. Vigilant unit? No. Rebel group? No. Guerrilla group? No. Militia? No. Insurgent organization? No. If you did participate in the military, you need to explain. So the way to explain would be, I was part of the military in my country from, and give the dates. If you were a police officer, I was a police officer in my country from, same idea. Just give the dates. Okay. If you were not, you don't need to say that because you weren't. Just say no. Okay. Now we're gonna go over question 16. Question 16 are if you ever worked in a jail or prison. Were you ever a worker, volunteer, soldier, or did you otherwise ever serve in any of the following? A prison or jail, prison camp, detention facility, labor camp, any other place where people were forced to stay. So as I said, if you worked at a prison or if you work in a jail, that's not illegal, you can mention it. However, if you did not, just say no. So I'm just gonna say no for the purpose of showing and give it an explanation. Were you ever a worker, volunteer, or soldier, or did you otherwise ever serve in any of the following? Prison or jail? No. Prison camp? No. Detention facility? No. Labor camp? No. Any other place where people were forced to stay? No. Questions 17 to 18 are questions about weapons. Weapons are guns, arms. They want to know if you ever sold weapons, if you ever used weapons. Okay? It says, were you ever a part of any group? Did you ever help any group, unit, or organization that used a weapon against any person or threatened to do so? They want to know if you have hurt someone or say, I'm gonna hurt you using a weapon. Your answer should be no unless there is a reason why you had to say yes. And if there is a reason, you need to explain. Now let's go to question 18. Did you ever sell, give, or provide weapons to any person or help another person sell, give, or provide weapons to any person? This question is about selling weapons. Your answer should be no. If your answer is yes, you need to explain why you were selling weapons. Let's go to questions 19 to 21. It says, question 19, did you ever receive any type of military, paramilitary, or weapons training? Many people everyone, if the person has been in the military or if you have been a police officer, you have had weapons training. If you were a military in your country and you had weapons training, you need to say yes to this answer. Most people have never had weapons training, so just for demonstration, I'm going to say no. But if you did, you need to explain. For example, if you were in the military, yes, I was part of the military in my country. But if you have never received any weapons training, you say no. Question 20. Did you ever recruit, enlist, conscript, or use any person under 15 years of age to serve in or help any force, armed force, or group? The answer should be no. Remember, you should never use people under 15 to be in the army or to use weapons. Question 21. Did you ever use any person under 15 years of age to do anything that helped or supported people in combat? No. Your answer should be no, unless there was a case and you need to explain what happened. Okay? So those are the questions that we wanted to cover for today's lesson. Please finish the questions in the Google form, and I'll see you next week.